industry. So the word I'll talk about is industry. Alright, so the industry that I'm most interested in is in the creative industry. More specifically in the photography side. Because my end goal is to become a movie cinematographer. I mean that's what I'm saying, movie cinematographer. That's what people understand it as, but it's actually called as DP, Director of Photography, which kind of makes sense because a movie is a combination of a lot of frames in it. Usually movies are in 24 frames per second, and that term FPS, it's actually 24 photos per second being flashed to you. And the movie's what, like 90 minutes long, so that's like 90 times 60 times 24, I think. Yeah, so this industry is, I would say, really unpredictable because a lot of it happens by chance. But maybe say that in every industry. But in the creative industry, I feel like you must really have a name out there. You can have really good skills, but if you can't market yourself well in this industry, then you might not as well exist. Because as a creative person, you must know how to use social media apps to get your content out there. So that's the difficult part. The easy part about this creative industry is that it's easy to network, easy to make friends, because all of us need as much as help as we can, because this is a very vague job. It's not reliable, and you can be gone instantly, and anyone can replace you most of the time, especially if it's commercial work where they send a storyboard. But the way that you can stand out in this creative industry is to first to make good content that you know how to post online to get your work out there. And then the goal is to be picked up by clients. So for example, like, I don't know, like Nike, Bench, Uniqlo, more in the capitalist companies tend to hire you to shoot their stuff, where you'll be paid a lot, but then you lose creative freedom. So like, what's the point? But then after you go through that phase where you become an established photographer that makes a lot of income, and then you can branch out and do your own stuff. Okay, so you're gonna start by wiggling around, finding your style, hoping that you get picked up by a major brand, work for them for several years, build your connection, increase capital, and just get your name out there in the industry, and make good work, of course, because once you're in that position, it's highly competitive, especially for newcomers, since it's not something that's friendly for newcomers, since you don't have that much of a corporate professional background. So you're always gonna get trampled by the established ones, which are usually older people than you who has more experience. And after that, you can use that as a springboard to start your own career. Probably gonna end up being 30, 40, 50 years old. And then when you're a director for like commercials and stuff, probably like 40 or 50 years old. And then probably start my own agency. Start my own advertising agency. Production house. I want to start a production house. And yeah, that's 5 minutes.